was sitting there as hours passed with Elizabeth on the couch. Paul's still over there. I wonder if I should go get him, I said, looking at the time. I'm sure he's okay. I'm sure she's keeping him occupied, she said and laughed. Right. I soon heard a knock at the door. Maybe that's him right there. As I opened the door, Kenya was standing there. Oh, I see y'all two are here. I said, yeah, what's going on? I asked, confused. Well, I thought Paul would have been back here by now. He said he was only going to stay for maybe an hour or so. And then me and him were supposed to go to that bar downtown, but I guess he must have decided to hang out with her a little bit longer. And kind of looked puzzled. Maybe I should just go over there and get him. I mean, he is just going over there just to make up for the fact that I'm not going to be going over there anytime soon. I said, I went up and got up my jacket and was getting ready to head out the door. For some reason, I just didn't feel quite right. I'm going to come with you, said Elizabeth. Okay, that's cool. We both went out the door. He was getting ready to go out the door. I told Kenya to stay there and watch the house until we got back. We decided to walk down the street. It was a dark and one of them kind of nights where it was gloomy again. It hasn't been like this for a long time. For some reason, I started to feel uneasy. We kept walking and I finally stopped. Maybe I'm just over exaggerating. Maybe I should just let him just spend time with her and get to know her or something, I said. I mean, you gotta think about it too though, Jamara, everything is back to normal. Nothing has happened in the past few years, right? She said. I didn't answer. I didn't want to tell Elizabeth about that little dream I had or little phase or whatever the hell it was because I already knew it was going to lead to something else. Also, I think Casilda also was starting to discover that something was going on, but maybe she just didn't want to tell anybody, or either she just kept it to herself. I'm sure she's told someone, but maybe I was just over exaggerating. Yeah, I guess we could just go back to the house, I said. So we finally went back to the house, head towards back that way. The next day, that morning, I didn't realize that me and Elizabeth fell asleep on the couch. Oh dang, I didn't realize it was this late. I didn't realize I slept this long, I said. Yeah, that's because have you even been getting enough sleep, said Elizabeth. No, not really. It's been kind of crazy. I guess it's been kind of crazy since you haven't been here, I said, looking at her. Yeah, I've been dealing with the same way too. I probably should go get Harmony. She's at Heather's and I don't want Heather to keep her too much longer. Yeah, it'll be good to see my daughter too, I said, smile. Yeah, really good. She'll be happy to see her dad. She got up. We both headed out to the door, and before we could even step outside, Leslie was standing there. And it looked like she had on the same clothes she had on the night before, I guess. She had on a black dress and pretty much black heels on, as she was just standing there. She kind of looked confused as she was wondering why Elizabeth was standing there at the door, or next to me or whatever. Oh, I didn't know you had company here, she said, looking confused. Well, yeah, I kind of did. Actually, this is my wife Elizabeth. Actually, I said to her. She didn't answer anything. For a moment, I could see a look on her face of disgust or something. So how did it go with Paul? I asked. She didn't answer. Finally, she looked up. Oh, Paul. Yeah. Everything was good. We just talked and everything, and he kind of went home. Okay. Well, my nephew was looking for him, so I don't know if, I thought maybe he decided to stay at your house. I said, no, he didn't stay at my house, trust me. I wouldn't let him stay there anyway. As in a way, I kind of felt like she was trying to change the subject or whatever. So what are you up to today? Elizabeth walked past her as she was heading towards her car. Excuse me for a moment, as I walked around, passing her up too, and she just looked at that. She couldn't believe it. Look, I walked up to Elizabeth's car, and Elizabeth spoke, but she kept her voice down. Something's just not right with her. I don't know what it is, but I would be careful being around her. I looked towards Leslie, Leslie's way, and she looked back at me. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think we're just over exaggerating. I think you're finally right. I think I'm gonna take your advice, Elizabeth. I think that nothing really is going to happen, and I'm pretty sure that whatever it is over, right? She looked over and finally spoke. Yeah, I guess so, right? I'll see you later. I'm gonna go get Harmony and come back here, she said, and got in the car. Okay. And she backed away out of the driveway. I waved back at her. She waved back and pulled off. I finally walked up towards Leslie. So you had one hell of a night, huh? She said. I asked. She still didn't answer. Finally, I just was like, I got to the point where I was getting irritated and aggravated. So what's going on? So why aren't you more social today? I asked. Well, I was just kind of upset that you kind of just blew our date like that. I mean, I really wanted you to come over. Finally, I just got to the point where I had to be really honest with her. Well, see, the thing is, I'm still married and everything. It's complicated. I really don't want to really get too much into that detail or anything, but it's a long story. Stuff has happened, and I'm just trying to get things back to the way it was with myself and my family. More importantly, for my family. Right. I said as I try to put it into words. Oh no, I truly understand what you mean. I mean, if you didn't want to go on a date with me, all you had to do was just be honest with me. I mean, I kind of felt like you just led me on. Finally, I just looked and spoke at her. I mean, I never led you on. I mean, I never said I wanted to go on a date with you. You the one that insisted that. Finally, it started to feel like we were about to, like we were having like an argue competition, and I really didn't have time for it. Well, I'm gonna head inside now. I got stuff I need to do. I said, and she just looked as I closed the door behind her. Something just wasn't feeling right. Something in my gut was telling me that something was going to happen, but I couldn't quite figure out what it was. Or maybe it was just me being paranoid as usual. I walked towards the kitchen, and finally the door from the back had opened, and all of a sudden I seen Kenya come through the back along with Amy. What the hell? Why the hell did y'all come through the back door? I said, because we saw you with that Leslie girl. We actually saw the whole thing, Jamario, said Amy as she sat down at the table. You actually saw me standing? You actually saw us outside? I said, why aren't y'all just come up to the front? I mean, you guys are family. I said, he had just looked. He didn't say anything. He was quiet. What's going on? What's going on? He looked. He walked up to the window to make sure no one was there. What the hell is going on with you guys? And then finally, the door. He opened the door, and Heather came in. What the hell is this? I said, what is this, an intervention thing again? Trust me, I'm not doing what... No, Mario, it's not that. He said as he stopped me. What is it? Paul never came to the place last night. Wait, what? Yeah. We see, the thing is, Paul, he's actually engaged. And the thing is, he was trying to have one last final night before, you know, Paul's engaged? Why didn't anybody tell me that? I said, looking confused. We did, Amy said, but the thing was, you were going through your whole little, I don't know what the hell you call it, phase, whatever, and you said okay. In fact, he was going to have a bachelor party, and I guess he didn't want to have one because he said he wanted to wait till things got better with you, because he wanted you involved in it. I just looked totally confused. Okay, so why is it that you guys couldn't come to me with this like a few days ago? Because they both said at the same time, because we wanted you to work things out with Elizabeth before we brung you all this other stuff. I soon just shook my head. Okay, alright, so I soon walked over to the table and sat with them, and Heather sat down too. But Elizabeth's on her way to your house to get Harmony. Yeah, I know she is. Casilda and Kara is there too as well, so you don't have to worry about them. Plus, they're teenagers now, so they can take care of themselves, right? Heather said, right, that's true. Okay, so what's going on? So y'all think Leslie has something to do with it, or what? Well, we don't know exactly. Did you go down and look and see if Paul's car was there? I asked. Well, That's the thing. I remember you were saying you were gonna go down there and check and see if he was still there, but I haven't looked since. Huh. Well, Leslie did say that he didn't stay with her last night, so I don't know what's going on. Hmm. That's strange, man. Well, maybe me and Keen looked at each other. Come on. Me and him both got up and walked out the door. Where are you guys going? We're gonna go look and see if Paul's car is still down there. We both begin to walk outside, but then I finally stopped him. Wait. I said, what? Let's go at nighttime. We probably shouldn't go in the morning. I mean, we're going to make it look obvious, too obvious. It's the middle of the daytime. People are going to notice that we're struggling around. So we might want to just wait till nighttime, I said to him. Right, like a ninja, right? Said Kenya. Yeah, something like that. We both decided to wait until nighttime. 6 o'clock it came by as the sun was slowly going to the dusk of the dawn. It's always a pretty beautiful view of watching the sun go down, but for some reason this night wasn't nice to look at it. It was just too creepy. We finally walked outside at nighttime as it was a cool breeze. Normally at nighttime the weather goes down to a cool breeze because of the hotness of the afternoon in the mornings. So me and Kenya finally decided to walk down there. Alright, you ready? I said, yeah, let's go check, let's go see. Me and him both walked down the street, heading down this dark night as it was foggy. Man, why is it so cold today? He asking me. I don't know, man. It's like, and it's funny you say that because the other night, last night, it was like this too. I just got a weird feeling, man. I said to him. We both kept walking and we finally got up to almost the distance of where Leslie's house was. Finally, we kept talking. So what's going on with you and Elizabeth? You guys finally working things out? Can you ask me? Yeah, it's finally coming to. I think everything's gonna be okay. I said to him. Right, man. So what's going on with you and Tori? I asked him. He didn't answer. Well, me and Tori are doing good. I never really got to, thank you, Mario, for doing what you had to do to bring her back. I know you done a lot to, with everything that's happened. He said, yeah, it's been really I stopped speaking. He looked at me. What's wrong? And I pointed. The fucking car. Paul's car was still there. What was Paul's car still doing there? I looked at it. We both looked at it. Wow, Paul must really like Leslie, huh? Kenya said jokingly. I didn't joke back. As he looked at me, he could tell I had that serious of fear look in my eyes that I've had in years, and that's when he knew something just wasn't right. I finally looked at the car, examining it. What are you doing, man? You act like you investigating like you're a cop or something. Kenya said jokingly. I'm not a cop, man. I said joking back. I touched the hood of the car. Fucking car is still. It's cold. I said to him. What do you mean it's cold? He asked back kind of nervously. Which means the car's been sitting here all day. It never moved. I looked at him. We looked up at the house, and Leslie's house was pitch black, dark. We both looked at each other. Yeah, I don't think she's home, Kian said, trying to change to the direction that we probably should go back to the house. Me, being the house I was, I kind of wanted to see if she was there just to knock on the door. I walked up to it, and quickly, before I could do anything, he grabbed me by the shirt. Mara, let's just head back to the house, man. Like, let's just check back tomorrow or something to see if Paul's there. Maybe he's just staying the night there or something. I said to him. He said to me. I could tell in Kenya's voice that he really did not want me to go up towards the house any more than where I was going to. So I finally just agreed to him, and we decided to walk back. As I walked back, we both walked back. We could feel the breeze. And we also could feel like someone was behind us. In my face of expression, as I was looking at Kenya, I told him, just don't look back. Wherever it was, maybe it was just a person still out at night. Maybe it was just, people, walking or whatever. Because normally that's what normally happens around where I live at anyway. So we kept walking, and finally we got to the house. I turned around, and no one was there. We opened the door, and Heather, Amy, and Elizabeth was all sitting there at the table in the kitchen. They didn't really say anything when we came in, which I thought that was kind of strange. We finally walked in. What's going on? I said. They didn't still answer. Elizabeth, what's going on? Why is everyone so quiet? I asked. They still didn't answer. And finally, Amy spoke. Paul's in the back. We did, as she pointed, something just wasn't right with the way she said it, how she said it. Okay, Paul's in the back, so that's good, right? But Kenya stopped me. But Paul's car is down at Leslie's house. I soon moved my way through the back of the kitchen and went out to the back of the door, outside to the back. Paul was sitting there on the little table we have outside for when we have company over, or when I have company over, or whatever, you can say that. I finally walked up to him. Finally, as I walked up to him, his skin he just didn't look the same. Paul, you alright, man? What's going on with you? You okay? I said to him. He didn't answer, and finally he spoke. His voice, it didn't sound the same. Yes. Okay. Yes. I'm okay. Yes. I'm okay. He kept repeating the same thing over and over, and finally I finally decided to grab his shoulder to tell him, like, are you sick or something? And finally he got up and walked towards the gates of the back. What the hell? Paul, where are you going? I have to go. She needs me. I have to go. She needs me. You should come too. He says, as he kept repeating the same thing over and over. Some told me something wasn't right with Paul. Maybe he was just days from the night before, but something just wasn't quite right with him. As I decided to follow him back towards the gate, he finally walked towards the back of the gate and headed back towards the way where his car was. I soon began to walk towards to try to follow him, but then some told me I just stopped instantly and was like, something just isn't right. Paul started to walk towards the distance as he disappeared out. Paul, I cried to him. Finally, as he walked towards the back, towards the way where Leslie's house was, I finally decided to go back inside the house. They all just looked at me. Is Paul okay? Elizabeth asked. I don't know. He just kept repeating the same thing. I said to them. What do you mean keep repeating the same thing? Heather asked confused. I don't know. Soon there was a knock at the door. I opened it, and to my surprise, you wouldn't believe who was standing at my doorstep.